my super beautiful, lovely, gorgeous souls. Lizzie the Lightworker here, bringing you guys a reading for Aquarius, twin flame separation with fire signs. So Aquarius, if you're in separation with your twin and their twin is a Sagittarius, a Leo, or an Aries, this is for you. And we're going to jump right into it. I will put timestamps and you guys can see. So let's get right into this. It's going to be for separation, Aquarius, and Sagittarius. As I go through the cards, I'll tell you what I'm doing. So this will be sort of towards a little bit about the actual separation, leading up to separation, feelings, maybe some issues. All right, so I feel like one of you walked away from this, obviously, and I feel like there's a sense to me of like knowing what you left behind or feeling sad a little bit about what you left behind. I feel like you felt like, I have to do this. I can't stay stagnant like this. You know, something's not progressing here like the way I need it to or the way I wanted it to. I also feel like there's some type of injustice here. I feel like too that both of you each have karma to play out elsewhere, not with each other, elsewhere. Or you could be like have ex relationships that were bleeding into this twin flame thing about karmic, that maybe you both were with karmic partners or one of you was with a karmic partner. I feel like one of you needed to leave that karmic partner or be away from that karmic partner for you to be correctly in line with your twin. I just feel like there was an injustice here too. I feel like you feel like this was not fair. This is not fair that I had to walk away like this. This is not fair that I had to do this. I also feel like you might be able to return to this, or you're wondering, oh, now that I walked away, can I go back to this? I feel like this was necessary. I feel like you were not getting what you needed out of this union at all. It was more taxing. It felt unfair. It felt unjust. It felt unbalanced. And like I said, I feel like there's some issues with karmic partners aside from this union. So let's get a divine masculine sort of perspective here, like divine masculine wounds maybe that divine masculine had, or issues, or ways they were behaving or acting. Sort of like the shadow, more the shadow things. So divine masculine is supposed to be focusing on the future and finding peace. Okay, so focusing on the future, I feel like maybe they weren't doing that before twin flame union, and now they are, because now they're like aware of things, and now they're like, oh, I want to do me, and I want to get my shit together, and I do want to like clear my life up and clear my problems up so I can have peace. That's a big part of this. I feel like too that it could be that maybe with twin wanted divine masculine, divine feminine wanted divine masculine to focus on the future, to be about the future, to plan it with them, to sort of decide, are we going to have a future together? And if they didn't have inner peace at that time, they weren't going to be able to make a good decision about that or give you a good answer about that. So I feel like now in separation, this is a time for them. They need to focus on their self and focus on letting go of the past and learning how to give themselves peace. They may have always had shitty relationships or a shitty childhood, or like I said, they could have had a karmic partner and now that's over, and now they need to work on the peace, finding the peace part. I also feel like they know deep down that their twin can bring them peace here. So divine masculine knows divine feminine can bring them peace. So let's get the divine feminine aspect here in this union. Mercy. Shedding light. Divine feminine, she feels like she couldn't take anymore. When she was dealing with this, it was like so painful for her that she needed to have some mercy here. I also feel like she would have mercy on her twin if her twin decided to come back or tried to come back, or if they decided to repair again, or, you know, do whatever they can. But I feel like she shed light on things for her divine masculine. She did that. She brought truth to him. She may have mirrored things to him he wasn't ready to look at, or things that he needed to see so desperately, and she knew this. I also feel like she's shedding light for herself. I feel like she's examining her own relationship patterns, and Spirit wants her to give herself mercy when it comes to these past relationships, and it comes to being so upset about being in separation with her divine masculine. So give yourself some peace and give yourself some mercy as well. So together, I feel like they can bring each other peace and shed light on things. Apart, I feel like they need to do this separately for themselves to sort of help themselves. So let's get some of these beautiful work your light cards and sort of some advice. Wow, we got a jumper. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So I feel like Spirit is trying to show you that support. They are definitely, I feel like they're working through telepathy with you, or working through signs and symbols with you. So anything that you're seeing that is kind of like a moment, or a bell ringing moment, you're definitely going to want to pay attention to those. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you guys decided this. This is part of your contract. Everything that's happening leading up to separation, before you met, during union, and now in separation, trust this path because you decided it. And even though it's crazy, you know how they say God works in mysterious ways, universe works in mysterious ways, angels work in mysterious ways, your connection works in mysterious ways, your separation works in mysterious ways, all those things. So just trust that path, trust that everything is happening as it should. And then we're getting awakening. Wow. Energetic upgrades, a way of a beginning and integration. That's amazing. So you may be getting spiritual downloads. You may be changing the way you think about things. You may be feeling differently about, just spirituality in general. I feel like you're more open. There's definitely an awakening process. So whoever resonates with this, those messages are specifically for you. It is also just part of the union that this is what is supposed to happen between the two of you, Aquarius and Sag, is an awakening, and to trust it, okay? And we're going to just get one more card. Let's go with a soul's journey and freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. It's also about learning how to make yourselves happy. Okay. A lot of us don't know how to make ourselves happy. So this is directly saying, learn what makes you happy, follow your joys, follow your passions, be about what makes you happy. Okay. Yeah, and patience. And have patience for this whole cycle. It's a timing thing. Timing is working perfectly the way it needs to work, even if it feels like it's not. All right, guys. On to the next one. I hope you enjoyed that. So let's get on to Aries. Aries and Aquarius. Let's talk about you. Aries and Aquarius in separation. I feel like this whole thing, when you guys met, was really like almost like a wham bam thank you ma'am. It was like very intense. I also feel like you guys maybe had sex quickly, or a physical part of this quickly. And I feel like one of you, I get a little bit more the divine masculine, was not that serious about commitment at the time. I feel like they were more like free-spirited. They're like, hey, they didn't even know you were their twin when they first like came into your life. They were more, like I said, free-spirited, like, hey, here I am, I'm just kind of floating in the breeze, not looking for anything too serious, but the connection of the sexual connection was so intense. I feel like that was part of the follow through for you guys, and part of the in separation, what you're missing, and you're feeling like this intense sexual attraction. I feel like, I don't know if Aries pursued Aquarius a little bit harder or faster, or if it's vice versa, it can be in reverse, but I feel like it was not like this, I want to be committed thing, okay? I also feel like it's supposed to be about new beginnings for both of you, and you're in this like activation of starting over, or like new beginnings for each other. Like you broke each other out of cycles, if that makes any sense. So let's get a divine masculine aspect here. Maybe some wounds that need to be healed, some things the divine masculine maybe needs to work on. We're getting accountability and freedom. Yeah, so I was right on about this energy, about the floating in the breeze. I'm not ready for commitment. Divine masculine's not ready for commitment. I feel like they weren't when they met their twin. They're not aware of this twin flame energy feeling. Even though they are thinking about you, divine female, they're not in an energy where they're ready to commit. And I feel like they feel a little bad about this, because the accountability card has to do with like taking responsibility for actions. So they may come at you at some point with an apology, or try to sort of get you back. But they're not ready to commit. They want to be free. They value their freedom. They need it. I feel like if you ever were to be with this person, Aquarius free nature, I feel like it could be more that they never are going to feel like they're a whole settled down person to you or for you, for anyone, not just you. This is someone that's always going to need their freedom. They're always going to need somebody who's very trusting, to trust them that they're going to go off on their own and have their freedom and be okay. Okay. Let's get divine feminine. Take a break. Dark Night. Dark Night keeps coming up for Divine Feminine. I definitely need to do a video. Let me know if you guys want to see a video for Dark Night of the Soul for Divine Feminine. It keeps coming up. Take a break. Take a break from social media. Take a break from your friends and things that stress you out or things that trigger you or things that upset you, okay? Don't be stalking. Don't be looking. Don't be obsessed with, I need to know. I need to see their Facebook. I need to see their Instagram. It's telling you to take a break. You are having a dark night. It's a little bit slower of a transition for you, I feel like, because some of this is stopping you. It's like blocking your energy flow to better, to good. So I feel like Spirit is just sort of intervening here a little bit for you and like letting your dark night happen. It's okay to be sad. It's okay for longing. It's okay for a little bit of obsessing about it, but don't stay stuck in that energy because it's going to stop you from going further into your spiritual journey, if that makes any sense. And let's get some Work Your Light cards here. I don't want to shuffle. So yeah, gotta let that feelings of that dark night is intense, you know, guys. I do realize you're already doing it. Stop overthinking it. Keep facing your true north. Excellent. And we're getting Libra, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Okay, so this is a divine connection. Absolutely, 100% divine. I feel like there's a question to me of like, do you doubt yourself? Do you feel like, you know, you're not going to make it? It's not good enough. Do you doubt the spiritual journey? Do you doubt maybe this isn't my twin? Is it? Isn't it? I feel like if you're having doubts, Spirit wants you to know that, you know, they're affirming for you right now that, you know, no, you don't believe your doubts. Don't give in to those doubts. Don't give in to letting those doubts or those fears or those worries pull you away from what you're supposed to be doing, like your real path, your real journey. And then sort of creating your own peace out of this, okay? So give yourself peace throughout this whole thing, because I feel like Spirit is saying, find a place of peace. Find a place that to you feels right of peace. If you get to that place, it's going to be easier for you to keep going and keep doing and don't overthink anything, okay? And we're getting honesty from our life path cards. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. So being honest with yourselves here, guys, in this separation. Honesty with yourself is key to being honest with others. So if you're not lying to yourself about feelings or things that you know you need to heal or things that you were wrong about or things you keep denying, Spirit wants you to be honest. Take responsibility for that in yourself to help you along on this path and on this spiritual journey. And the more honest you are with yourself, that energy is going to transcend to your twin, and the more honest your twin can be with their self. And we're getting patience again. Guys, this keeps coming up. It's amazing. So patience with the process, patience with the knowing that this is right. This is where I'm supposed to be. This is okay. Don't try to push forward too much. Don't try to stay stuck in the past too much. Be in the present. Be in the present for yourself and just continue with that patience. Okay? That's what I'm getting from Spirit. Messages to you guys, Aquarius and Aries. Okay, let's move on to Aquarius. Oopsie, sorry. We have to do Aquarius and Leo. Aquarius and Leo, what's going on between the two of you in separation? Let's get some energies out. I feel like Aquarius may have brought such a good, fresh opportunity to Leo. I don't know if Leo was ready for it. I don't know if Leo was a little bit stagnant from the past about things, like thinking about maybe exes or something like that. Either way, this connection, I feel like, could have been a little bit more sexual draw than it was romantic at first. But somebody did some lying here. Somebody did some sneaking. Somebody did some deceitful behaving. Somebody was not telling you all the truth. Somebody was hiding. So either way, how this resonates. This is the sneaky, like, con person card that I don't like, that pops up a lot. And it's also about running away from things, not facing things, not wanting to face things. It's also about sort of being caught red-handed, okay? So I don't know if that's what happened here in this union. Somebody was cheating or being deceitful or micro-cheating, I like to call it, where they're sneaking around talking to somebody else. Doesn't mean they're having a physical affair. They could be having a mental affair. So I don't know if that makes sense. I feel like this is somebody that tried to get away with shit. So let's get on with a divine masculine energy energy, wound, something that needs to be worked on, something that needs to be sort of discovered. It's sort of like the shadows here. We're getting a yes answer again. Okay, so hold that aside. Divine Masculine, if you had any questions about Divine Feminine, you're getting a yes answer. If that makes any sense, we're going to put it aside. Okay, let's get for Divine Accountability. We're getting accountability. Unbelievable. Again, an emotional damage. So I feel like our Divine Masculine has some emotional damage, and that they need to be sort of accountable for their actions that cause them to act a certain way because of this emotional damage. So when you have emotional damage, you're not going to want to commit. You might have commitment fears. You might have abandonment issues. You might have insecurities, okay? Which goes very much so with this card here, okay? It's like you could become a serial cheater or a pathological liar to protect yourself because you have such deep wounds from so long ago. You sort of learn these ways, and this emotional numbing sometimes, or emotional damage, just is a product of a shitty childhood or being abused or hurt or having maybe a narcissistic parent. We don't know. But to me, this is saying that they need to be accountable for their actions about the way that this emotional damage affects other people, relationships, and this union, okay, of twin flame. So let's get a Divine Feminine aspect part. Shadows for the Divine Feminine, or things that might need to be healed for the Divine Feminine. Feeling forgotten. Seduction. Wow. So this makes a lot of sense. I feel like, I don't know if Divine Masculine came in and did a seduction thing with Divine Feminine. They may have lied about their true feelings. They may have lied about other things, or they could have had a girlfriend or whatever on the side, and then they met their twin and they had this intense sexual draw to their twin, and they were not completely honest. Divine Masculine was not completely honest. Okay. I feel like they might have wooed their Divine Feminine. They might have told them everything they wanted to hear to get them to do what they wanted, maybe to have sex or have a sexual relationship. Okay. I feel like it could have been that it was a wham bam thank you ma'am. They maybe promised the world to Divine Feminine, and then they got what they wanted and they disappeared. And now Divine Feminine is feeling forgotten and sad and like she's nothing. Terrible place or feelings to be, but under this connection, I mean, I hate to say, guys, sometimes we do encounter narcissistic traits from our twins. We don't have to be narcissistic, but these traits are learned. Okay, so yeah, our Divine Feminine. Let's get some advice now from Work Your Light Oracle for this whole thing. Trust the niggle. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? So I feel like that could be part of it. It could be that our Divine Feminine had that little, you know, butterfly gut. Hey, something's up, something's happening, something's going on. She could have had those feelings, okay? It could be that even now she's having this niggle to do something different or better for herself, to sort of like forgive or let things go or whatever it is. To me, I feel like this has to do with like your gut instincts and following gut instincts. So it could be that this is a lesson to maybe Divine Feminine about following your gut no matter what. Don't ever ignore it. It could be that she's beating herself up about that. She could have had feelings like, hey, maybe this guy is not good. Feelings or not, twin or not. Maybe they're not good for me. Maybe, you know, should I be doing this? So I feel like there's a little bit of that going on. Trust your path. We're getting this again. Coming out a lot, guys. Trust the fact that all of this needed to happen for a reason. It is teaching you a lesson. It's helping you, even though it hurts. It has to hurt if it's to heal. I know that sounds like cruel and maybe not what you want to hear, but Spirit wants you to know, trust that path. This is all part of the soul's journey, all part of the soul's path, or all part of your life path, part of your learning, your growth, new energies coming in for you. And we're getting all tied up. Yep, energy oracle all tied up. So I feel like this is more the Divine Feminine feeling this like burdened imprisonment of what's in her mind, trapped inside her mind, that, you know, she got dissed or done dirty. I feel like this was an immature energy type of a thing with the Divine Masculine. That's what I'm feeling. So yeah, untying yourself, allowing yourself to be wrong, or I made a mistake is okay. Like, in other words, don't let all these things bound you up and tie you up or tie you down or tie you to this union, or tie you to the regrets, or tie you to the now they're gone and I'm sad and I don't know what to do and I'm so sick over this. Yeah, that's what I'm getting from Spirit. Let's get one more card to sort of change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Look at that. When you're all tied up and you're tied up from the past and regrets and feeling terrible about yourself and, you know, all those things, they hold you back from the necessary change you need. I feel like this blew your world open, this union of Leo and Aquarius. I feel like it was for a total purpose for you to change your ways or learn or get away from the way you used to be or get away from these energies that you were harboring in the past about your twin or the energies that corresponded here, because I feel like it was a very sexual thing here. Again, I'm going to say that. But yeah, to sort of like start to let go, to sort of like embrace change that's come in, because trust in the path has to do with change. And if you're making changes for yourself positive and you're allowing your feelings to change and not feel this tied up way anymore, I feel like that's how you're going to make the progress that you need. I hope this was helpful, guys. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And I love you guys so much. Check my Twin Flame group out on Facebook, but I'm only taking serious people, okay? And, you know, it's for support. And I'll also leave a link in the description box for my private reading information. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Lizzie the Lightworker.